Welcome to the Deep Dive, the show where we cut through the noise and get right to the good stuff. We're giving you a shortcut to being well-informed. Today, we're plunging into a topic that, well, it touches every single one of us, but maybe doesn't get examined enough. It's that incredibly powerful and honestly often surprising connection between what we put on our plate and how we feel. I mean, think about it. Have you ever found yourself craving, I don't know, a particular snack when stress hits? Or maybe feeling kind of sluggish and irritable after a certain meal? It's probably not just a coincidence. Our sources today, especially the really deep insights from Eating for Serotonin, your anti-stress diet guide, they lay out this compelling case. Food isn't just fuel. It's actually a potent, often underestimated tool for managing our internal state, for dialing down tension and hopefully dialing up the calm.
And that's exactly our mission today, isn't it? We're going to unpack the fascinating science behind what you might call anti-stress eating. We'll focus quite a bit on the surprising role of a key brain chemical, explore not just what it is, but really how it's influenced by your diet. Then, and this is the practical bit, we'll give you evidence-based dietary strategies you can, implement right away. And just to be clear, this isn't about super restrictive diets or anything like that. It's more about understanding how specific nutrients work within your body, how they cultivate feelings of relaxation, reduce tension, and ultimately help you navigate daily stress with, well, maybe a bit more ease.
Okay, let's dive in then. The central player, as you mentioned, in this whole anti-stress story is a really crucial neurotransmitter in the brain, serotonin. So what exactly is serotonin and why is it such a big deal for our mood? Well, basically, when you have good, adequate levels of serotonin flowing in your brain, it does some pretty wonderful things. It kind of acts like an internal dimmer switch, you could say. It helps improve your mood, makes you feel more upbeat, more optimistic. And critically, it also fosters those, much desired feelings of relaxation and calmness, which, let's be honest, most of us could probably use a bit more of.
Right. And what's truly fascinating here is the flip side, that inverse relationship. It's a delicate balance that stress, unfortunately, often disrupts. While serotonin is our internal calm creator, stress can be its direct antagonist, its enemy almost. During periods of elevated stress, our serotonin levels actually tend to decrease. And when
Yeah.
that dip happens, well, that's when we start to experience those uncomfortable, all too common symptoms of stress showing up in our daily lives. Think about it, that frustrating inability to fall asleep, or maybe that nagging irritability, a noticeable lack of concentration, even feelings of depression. These can all be directly linked back to a significant drop in your serotonin. It really underscores a profound truth. There's a direct, kind of undeniable link between your brain chemistry and your daily experience. It makes it crystal clear why proactively maintaining those serotonin levels through diet and lifestyle is just so crucial.
Okay, so if serotonin is that vital for our internal calm, the obvious next question is, how do we actually make more of it? Our bodies need the right ingredients, the right building blocks, yeah? And the absolute key building block for making serotonin is an essential amino acid called tryptophan. Now, that word essential is super important because our bodies, well, they simply can't produce tryptophan on their own, which means we must get it directly from the foods we eat. It's like non-negotiable for making serotonin.
Precisely. And the good news is tryptophan isn't some rare exotic nutrient you have to hunt down. It's actually readily available in many protein-rich foods that are probably already staples in your diet. We're talking excellent sources like meats, milk, eggs, soybeans, and fish. So you can see how protein really plays this foundational role in the whole anti-stress dietary strategy. It's basically where the biochemical journey to more serotonin begins. It provides that critical raw material.
Right, okay. And here's where, for me anyway, it gets really interesting because we're about to challenge some common ideas about carbohydrates. Carbs often get a bad rap in popular diet culture, right? But our sources reveal their surprising and actually incredibly important role in stress reduction. But maybe before we get into the how, we need to understand something basic about the brain.
Yes, you've hit on a critical point there. Before we unpack the card mechanism, you have to grasp this. The brain isn't just a casual user of energy. It relies almost exclusively on one primary fuel source, glucose. And it has this continuous, non-negotiable need for energy from glucose just to function efficiently. That's different 24/7 even when you're fast asleep. This fundamental requirement really sets the stage for understanding how carbohydrates become so central to, well, optimal brain function and managing stress.
Exactly. So with that in mind, our sources, specifically that Eating for Serotonin guide, detail this unique kind of cool six-step mechanism for how carbs help reduce stress. It really paints a clear picture. Okay, step one, you eat carbohydrates, think rice, starch, bread, maybe even sugar, your blood glucose levels go up. Simple enough. Step two, This rise in glucose tells your pancreas to secrete insulin. Step 3. Now, insulin does something clever. It causes your body to use up other amino acids, basically pulling them out of your bloodstream. Step 4, and this is the key bit, by removing those other amino acids, it reduces the competition that tryptophan normally faces trying to get into the brain, like clearing traffic. Step 5. With fewer competitors jostling for position, more tryptophan can actually cross the blood-brain barrier, gets VIP access, essentially. And finally, step 6. Once more tryptophan is in the brain, it gets converted into serotonin. Result: those lovely feelings of relaxation and reduced tension we're aiming for. It's quite an elegant biological dance.
It truly is. A beautifully orchestrated process really highlights how interconnected our diet is with our internal chemistry. It's not just random.
That's a powerful argument for carbs, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially considering how often they're kind of demonized.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about optimizing serotonin, does this mean just any carb will do the trick? Like donuts for dinner? Or is there a crucial distinction we need to make?
That's a very important clarification. No, not all carbs are created equal in this context. Our sources are really clear on this. We need to distinguish between the ones that are truly beneficial for sustained calm and those that maybe offer only fleeting relief, if that. On the recommended side, we have complex carbohydrates. These are your slow digesting powerhouses. So think brown rice, unpolished rice, whole wheat bread, other unrefined grains, that sort of thing. Their benefits are pretty significant. They digest and absorb slowly, which helps maintain stable blood glucose levels. You avoid those sharp spikes and subsequent crashes that can leave you feeling, well, irritable and tired. Plus, these complex carbs often come packed with essential B vitamins and minerals, things that are crucial cofactors for metabolism and making neurotransmitters.
Okay, complex carbs is good. So on the flip side, the carbohydrates to avoid, or at least, significantly cut back on, those would be the simpler, fast-digesting ones, right? Like refined sugar, highly processed grains.
Exactly. And the reason is simple, and it ties right back to that serotonin mechanism we talked about. They're digested and absorbed so rapidly that they only cause a very brief rise in blood glucose. Think about that sudden sugar rush you might get, followed by that almost inevitable energy crash. That's your body reacting to simple carbs. They offer no sustained benefit for serotonin production or stable energy. In fact, they can actually leave you feeling more agitated in the long run.
Okay. That makes sense. Which leads to something I've always wondered about.
What's that?
Well, why do so many of us instinctively reach for carbs when we're feeling overwhelmed or stressed? Really feels like our body is trying to tell us something, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. And our sources point to some fascinating phenomena linked directly to that craving. People under stress, whether it's from work pressure, environmental stuff, premenstrual periods, or even big life changes like trying to quit smoking, they do tend to crave more carbohydrates. It's almost like the body has this kind of subconscious nutritional wisdom, a survival instinct kicking in, trying to self-medicate with food to boost that serotonin. And conversely, there's evidence showing that people who drastically cut carbs for weight loss often experience a decrease in brain serotonin levels, which then leads directly to symptoms of stress, irritability, maybe even depression. It all connects back perfectly to that physiological pathway.
Wow. So it's like a clear signal from the body trying to self-regulate its mood and energy. Fascinating. But okay, the anti-stress diet isn't just about tryptophan and the right kinds of carbs, is it? Our sources broaden the discussion, right? They highlight other essential nutrients that contribute significantly to stress relief, kind of working together with the serotonin boosting efforts.
That's right. It's more holistic than just two components. We're talking about things like omega-3 fatty acids, for instance. You find those in fatty fish, flax seeds. Our sources really highlight their crucial role in overall brain health. They have a proven ability to help stabilize mood and also reduce inflammatory responses in the body, which are often linked to chronic stress.
And the B vitamins too, right? I remember seeing those mentioned.
Oh, absolutely critical. Vitamin B6, for example, isn't just for general energy. It's a vital cofactor in making several neurotransmitters, including serotonin. So it's directly involved in reducing fatigue, stress, and potentially even depression. And for older individuals, folate and vitamin B12 become particularly important. Their absorption can decrease with age, and deficiencies in these can really impact cognitive function and how resilient you are to stress. These nutrients aren't just nice-to-haves, they're really essential components in the complex symphony of our brain chemistry.
So if we kind of connect all these dots, the bigger picture seems to be that nutrient deficiency itself can be a direct pathway to feeling more stressed.
Precisely. The intricate production of various hormones in your body, many of which are deeply involved in how you regulate stress, relies on having a wide array of specific nutrients, vitamins, minerals available. Our sources give clear examples. A folate deficiency, for instance, can directly lead to lower brain serotonin levels. Bam, impacts your mood and calm. And get this, stress itself, the very thing we're trying to combat, actually causes an increased loss of vitamin C through urine. So it depletes a crucial antioxidant just when you need it most. It can become a bit of a vicious cycle, unfortunately. Deficiencies can absolutely make feelings of tension and being overwhelmed much worse.
Okay, wow. So what does all this amazing science mean for, you listening when you're sitting down planning your next meal or grabbing a snack? How do we make this practical? Well, our source, Eating for Serotonin, helpfully distills all this knowledge into 8 actionable ways to eat for stress relief. It gives us a clear, empowering framework for making dietary choices that actively support your calm. Let's run through them. First, eat a balanced diet. Pretty standard advice, but what does it mean here? It means consistently including all 5 food groups and trying to eat at least 3 meals per day. Why? Well, primarily to maintain those stable blood glucose levels we talked about, critical for sustained brain energy and serotonin production. And there's a special focus on breakfast. After fasting overnight, your blood sugar is naturally low. So choose complex carbs like starch, unpolished rice, whole wheat bread. Definitely avoid sugary options that digest too quickly and lead to that energy and mood crash later.
Good points. Second, include appropriate amounts of protein. We're not talking huge amounts, maybe about 2-3 tablespoons per meal is a good guideline. Remember, protein is the direct source of that essential tryptophan needed for serotonin. Good sources. Things like chicken, eggs, fish, beans, milk, cheese, soybeans, tofu, plenty of options there. Prioritizing these ensures you're supplying your body with those fundamental building blocks for calm.
Right. Number 3, avoid high-fat foods or overeating. Now, this might sound like just general healthy eating advice, but the reasons here are directly linked to your mental state. High-fat meals and just eating too much means food stays in your stomach longer. It requires more blood supply down there for longer periods. This literally diverts blood flow away from your brain, and that leads to that common feeling of mental fog, lack of freshness, maybe even drowsiness. Not great for mood regulation.
Exactly. Your brain needs good blood flow. Fourth, eat fish 2-3 times per week. Beyond being an excellent source of protein for tryptophan, fish, particularly the fatty kinds like salmon or mackerel, provide those crucial omega-3 fatty acids we mentioned. These aren't just good for your heart, they are vital for brain health, directly contributing to improved mood and reduced stress responses.
Makes sense. Fifth, eat vegetables and fruits regularly. Again, seems obvious, but why specifically for stress? They are powerhouses of specific stress-fighting nutrients. They provide essential B vitamins, folate, vitamin C, and also dietary fiber. All of these are crucial for healthy glucose metabolism, antioxidant protection against stress damage, and just supporting the overall nutrient environment needed for optimal brain chemistry.
Number 6, drink adequate water. This might sound incredibly basic, but think of it as essential lubrication for your brain chemistry and your entire nervous system. The usual recommendation is about 8-10 glasses daily, sipped gradually throughout the day, not all at once. Because dehydration doesn't just cause a dry mouth, it directly impairs cognitive function. It can make you feel more fatigued and can even mimic symptoms of anxiety and confusion. It basically makes all your other anti-stress efforts less effective. Keep things running smoothly.
Good reminder, I probably need to drink more water myself. 7th, avoid or reduce caffeinated beverages. Okay, this might be a tough one for some folks. We're talking tea, coffee, soft drinks. Why? Caffeine is a stimulant. It actively increases physical stress on your body, raises heart rate, blood pressure. It can increase stomach acid production, which isn't great if you're stressed anyway. And especially during stressful times, it might even contribute to feelings of anxiety or depression for some people. Plus, it's a diuretic, meaning it makes you lose water, which can subtly add to that dehydration issue we just mentioned.
And finally, number 8, avoid alcoholic beverages. Alcohol is a central nervous system depressant. Now, while it might initially feel like it dulls stress, maybe takes the edge off, long-term consumption actually destroys brain cells. And critically, it causes vitamin B deficiency, and we've just highlighted how essential those B vitamins are for stress management and making neurotransmitters. So alcohol essentially robs your body of the very tools it needs to cope effectively. Taken together, these 8 points really form a comprehensive, interconnected approach. It's important to remember that even small, consistent changes in these areas based on the science can have really significant cumulative effects on your well-being over time.
Definitely. It's clear that diet is an incredibly powerful and, importantly, a direct tool we can use. But it's also part of a larger picture, isn't it? A holistic stress management strategy. Our sources also remind us about other lifestyle modifications that really complement eating for calm. They create a truly robust defense against stress. Things like regular exercise, for example,
Yeah.
which doesn't just keep your body fit, it helps your whole system function efficiently, keeps your brain clear, and is a known mood booster. Huge benefits for overall health. And then there's the whole area of mental health care. Actively maintaining mental calmness, finding dedicated time for both physical and mental rest, and consciously trying to create some balance in your day-to-day life.
Exactly. Understanding that intricate connection between food and serotonin is absolutely key. It gives you power. But sustainable long-term stress management really comes from combining these informed dietary choices with broader self-care practices. It's really about nurturing your whole self, recognizing that every aspect, mind, body, diet, contributes to your overall resilience.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I think the core takeaway is pretty clear. Reducing stress through your diet isn't just some vague idea. It's achievable, it's effective, and it's grounded in tangible science. By understanding how the specific foods you choose directly impact serotonin production, that vital neurotransmitter that helps improve mood and reduce tension, you gain a really powerful leverage point. We really encourage you, listening now, to truly consider the profound impact of your food choices on how you feel day to day, on your mood, your overall well-being, and hopefully use this knowledge to feel a bit more calm and centered every day.
Absolutely. And maybe to leave you with a final thought for the week ahead, considering this intricate dance we've discussed between what we eat and how we feel, maybe ask yourself, what single dietary habit could you mindfully adjust this week, starting small, to foster a greater sense of calm? Just think about which of these insights really resonated with your current habits and maybe take one actionable step forward, something to mull over.